So speaking of, whew, a little bit of nuances here, man. The Lakers. This is gonna be the done data of it all, man. There's a lot going on here with the Lakers because there's a power shift. Jeanie Buss has finally taken the Lakers from being hostage by LeBron James, and actually now she has the leverage because she's like, "Hey, LeBron, I not only have a way of making money and being relevant, but also, I don't have to actually be, kind of under your terms of business right now." She can actually flex now that the Laker logo is bigger than LeBron because, I'm not gonna lie, this season, especially with the Bronny shit, I'm just like, man, has the Lakers logo been reduced to like a player, to one guy? Like that's just kind of sad.
We've spoken about that many times as the Lakers lost its aura. And did it die with Dr. Jerry Buss? That's always been a conversation I was asking myself, right? Because like LeBron and Anthony Davis coming here was awesome. Don't get me wrong, two superstars. But now like the aura is back, and you have someone like I was telling someone earlier, bro. Like in real life, this is the biggest move the Lakers have made since '97 Shaq.
Sheesh.
Like
What about the Pau Gasol trade? I thought that was pretty
Pau
big.
Gasol trade that was also big, but Luka is better than Pau Gasol was.
True. But they also had Kobe. That was like the missing
Yeah,
piece to
Kobe
put.
was a sneaky one, right? But Kobe wasn't a big name before he came to LA. And LeBron, we kind of expected him to come, so it wasn't really a surprise when he came, right?
Hmm.
But we weren't. We like I don't know. I think everyone was expecting back then that Shaq was going to stay in Orlando, and for example, Luka is going to stay in Dallas.
Yeah, and also at the time, AD, right? His contract, because right now it's the same as Luka's. AD, when he did sign his deal, it was one of the highest contracts you can have in the NBA at the time when he signed it. That's before Tatum and Brown signed their deals. AD was one of the highest paid players in the league.
Yeah,
So, Clutch Sports, kind of banked on that. AD got his long-term deal. But I don't know, who knows? Maybe the Lakers were never comfortable in doing that. But they just did it to make sure that LeBron kind of stayed there under that
and you
umbrella.
don't want to have Anthony Davis leave for nothing too, man.
That's true. He's very injury prone. He was making a lot of noise, sitting down with Shams talking about the Lakers need to get a center,
Yeah,
and the
and you
Lakers.
noticed
Mhm.
how basketball and like has changed really with Woj retiring and taking the back seat. With Woj, he was much more organization friendly. Shams is much more of a player friendly guy.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Shams is definitely a much player friendly guy, but he actually gave insight to the situation with the Lakers and, letting it be known that Clutch Sports and LeBron did not know about this at all.
This deal materialized in the shadows. This came out of nowhere. This is maybe the most stunning trade, definitely that I've been a part of in recent NBA history, as far as it was never clearly out there. And you saw two teams in Rob Pelinka with the Lakers, Dallas Mavericks, Nico Harrison there doing this deal. And I'm told Luka Doncic, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, the players, coaches, a lot of people on both sides with the Mavericks and Lakers had no idea. I can assuredly tell you it's a fact. LeBron James had no idea this was coming. Anthony Davis had no idea this was coming. I'm told Luka Doncic is still stunned about this trade. But when you look at the totality of what just occurred, Luka Doncic is a 25-year-old, like you said, mega star, perennial All-NBA player. He's someone that you think of as untouchable, as a guy that's never going to be traded. I'm told that the Mavericks actually approached the Lakers and offered Luka Doncic a few days ago in a trade. Very recently, the Mavericks went out. They knew exactly who they wanted. They wanted Anthony Davis. That's the player that if they were ever going to trade Luka Doncic, if this was even a thought that was going to cross their mind, it was for AD. And so the Mavericks called the Lakers, offered Luka Doncic, and that's when the Lakers had to huddle internally. They've never offered Anthony Davis ever in a trade. But if you're going to get offered Luka Doncic, that's when Jeanie Buss, Rob Pelinka, and that organization, they had to meet. And it's Luka Doncic at the end of the day. And they went out, and he's a 25-year-old player for the next decade. You can look at him as the face of your franchise. And on the other side, With the Mavericks, you have someone who's 31. He's in the prime of his career. He wants to win a championship now, Anthony Davis does. And you pair him with Kyrie Irving, who he's friends with and close with. Jason Kidd coached him on the 2020 championship Lakers. Jared Dudley, there's other members of that coaching staff that he's very close with. And Nico Harrison, he has a relationship with through Nike. So you take the curtains back, and it makes a lot of sense in many ways. But this coming right now, it's the most stunning trade that I've definitely been a part of.
All right, so there you have it. It's Shams letting it be known, man. LeBron was left out in the dark on this, and we never seen Mr. Le GM. We never seen Mr. Le GM actually be in the dark about things like this.
Everyone was left on the dark about this, right? And the truth of the matter is, there's a reason for it. The idea of like it potentially leaking is a problem. That's a problem that the Lakers didn't want, and that's the problem that obviously the Dallas Mavericks don't want. And the Clutch Sports, they're very quick on leaking shit.
True, but also this is a complete different energy than we seen last season. Remember when Golden State was interested in trading Clay for LeBron? Remember how Jeanie Buss kept saying, hey, if you guys want to make a deal, you have to speak to LeBron. She kind of put LeBron in the like boss role. It's like, if he wants to go there, you guys have to speak directly to him. I've never seen an owner actually speak about a player like that. It shows you how much power LeBron has. But now they completely left the man out in the dark. And the Lakers today are finally a free agent destination again. Even De'Aaron Fox let it be known that he did not want to go to LA. So it looks like LA's back in the mix.
What did we expect from a 40-year-old man, and how much influence can he really have at the end of the day, right? NBA, Lakers are a business. You have to make moves that puts you in a position to win. That's just basketball.
Yeah, and also AD, he waived his trade kicker. Interesting
Yeah, that's
enough.
dope.
Yeah, he waived his trade kicker. It looks like you know, he helped the Mavericks out, so it looks like, you know, he kind of co-signed the deal.
Of course, yeah, he's in a good position.
Yeah, because, you know, at the end of the day, what were the Lakers really expecting to do? Like, that's another thing. What were their expectations, really?
There's no expect. The Lakers were stuck.
Yeah, they were
They were
stuck
a stuck organization.
yeah, stuck
They're
in
hoping
limbo.
this Amazon deal kicks in so they could have a LeBron retirement tour, and that's it.
You didn't find it interesting that the Lakers also didn't give up Austin Reeves or any other valuable asset that they have? Austin Reeves is still on the fucking Lakers.
I mean, Max Christie is their best young player.
Yeah, but I mean, Austin Reeves has such a nice deal, man. The Mavericks, they could afford to get another player like that. Like, they're trying to wait, hold on. Didn't they say they're trying to compete now? You have Luka, 25 years old, in his prime. You could have got Austin Reeves. You could have got Max Christie with him. Come on. Anybody would have told you one first-round pick, Austin Reeves, Max Christie, Anthony Davis for Luka. People would have took that shit in a heartbeat.
They would have joked. Yeah.
I'm not getting this. What did the Mavericks? I mean, at the end of the day, the Lakers got a golden nugget. They really needed it. In the past like few years, they had a lot of fuck ups. What's his name? Alex Caruso leaving the team. Scottie Pippen Jr. They had a lot of guys that are no longer on the team. KCP. They needed that. They needed that nugget right there.
It's a mediocre deal because it has no long-term vision. But for the Lakers, it's a good deal because now you got autonomy from the Clutch Sports. You know, I think I've seen a lot of LeBron fans kind of paint a narrative that LeBron knew. That's bullshit. If LeBron knew, then we would have long ago probably see a statement or anything indicating it. You would have had Brian Windhorst making a statement. We would have had something. I refuse to believe LeBron knew. Because if LeBron knew, there's a higher chance, or anyone knew really outside of like the two people talking on the phone, there's a higher chance it's going to be leaked. And it's a higher chance, once again, like I said, for other teams to like put in a more sexier, more package. Because let's be honest, bro, there's a lot of teams who could have put a better package up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Even the Knicks could have probably put up a decent package to try to make money work. A lot of teams would have tried to make money work. So for me, it's like, man, it was like the Mavericks didn't try, and the Lakers, Rob Pelinka, he's not a stupid man. He's not gonna twiddle his thumbs while LeBron kind of runs his organization and does his own thing until retirement, father time creeps up. No, he's like, okay, next year LeBron has to, like, this year it's gonna be some ugly basketball between LeBron and Luka because they both play similarly, right?
Mhm.
But next year LeBron has to look at Luka and say, yo, the keys are yours. The aspect of quote unquote like, oh, LeBron is gonna groom this guy. Why? What is there to groom?
Yeah, groom him to be what, the second coming of Michael Jordan? Like I don't know, but LeBron does have a no trade clause as well as a player option. So technically, this could be his last year. He could opt out. But does this jumpstart the Lakers or LeBron from moving on from the Lakers, or vice versa?
Yeah, I mean, dude, they're ready to move on from the lake. They're ready to move on from each other.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. Brian Windhorst actually gave an interesting take on this, on LeBron's future in LA, because, again, as we stated before, LeBron has lost the leverage on, kind of being that moneymaker for the Lakers. Let's check it out.
And
Hmm.
let's also put into context before you played the clip, right?
Hmm.
Brian Windhorst is LeBron's right hand man in the media.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But but this perspective right here he gave,
Yeah,
he kind of spoke on the situation as it is today, and he didn't really sugarcoat it, because
yeah,
LeBron has definitely been left out in the dark. There's no doubt
yeah.
about it.
But what I mean by this is, if Windhorst is saying this, then 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 is probably true. Because, like I said, Windhorst has been LeBron's mouthpiece since before even LeBron played basketball.
Yeah, no. Since
Yeah.
he was in the womb, man. But they went to the same high school. They went to the same high school. There's a lot of interest Windhorst has to make sure that the best NBA player of all time, quote unquote, comes from his high school. But let's take a look at what Windhorst had to say.
With a 40-year-old LeBron James, what else can be done this season to put them in that mode?
Okay, so that is the discussion that is happening now throughout the league. My phone is now moving past Luka into what happens with LeBron. And from Shams Charania and Dave McMenamin, tonight we know that LeBron did not know this was coming. He was at a restaurant after leading the Lakers to a victory at MSG when he found this out. This is his running mate. This is his teammate at Clutch Sports. This is the guy that he brought into the Lakers and welcomed in and won a championship together. This is a complete change of gears. In the short term, the Lakers have won 8 out of 10. They play in their best basketball of the season, and now they don't have a starting center. So they're obviously going to have to make some move here. But the Lakers are going to have to go to LeBron and get a feel for him about clause, so he has total control over this. I don't want to speculate as to what's going to happen. I will say this. I know that LeBron has a great affinity for Luka Doncic. Within Nike and within major events, all-star teams and stuff, he has a connection there. So I think that I could see them playing together. But this move was made for the next decade of Laker basketball, not for the rest of this season.
Speaking of the fit between Luka and LeBron, because we're going to get to that eventually later on. But first I want to say, just the Lakers being under that LeBron James umbrella, is this sort of the end of this whole Bronny James future development phase that the Lakers are going through? We seen them play Bronny against the 76ers, where Tyrese Maxey completely cooked them. And he had a lot of bad turnovers. They could have gave those minutes to somebody else. But is this the beginning of the end for this whole Bronny thing?
Did Bronny really have, like, yeah. Did we really expect them to, like, take 4 years out to develop fucking Bronny James?
Yo, they signed him for a 4-year guaranteed deal.
Yeah, the Lakers can fuck off with that shit, man. Like, bro, it just not like, bro, I swear to God, if his name was like Jason Smith or John Adams or some shit, we wouldn't even have a conversation about Bronny James's future in the league.
No, we wouldn't at all. But the end of LeBron, or just the beginning of LeBron, sort of kind of noticing that he doesn't have the leverage on the Lakers that he used to. is this sort of the beginning phases of this whole like, oh, let's give Bronny extra minutes, or like this kind of over promotion of Bronny? Just this whole like, we hear JJ bigging him up, or just JJ giving him meaningful minutes against the 76ers the other night against that whole sequence just didn't make any sense.
No, it didn't make any sense, bro. It's done. Like, LeBron's era in the Lakers is coming to an end. The Lakers are now looking to pivot towards that Luka era.
The noise is getting louder and louder around this whole Bronny James situation. And ESPN now, they're the ones that promoted Bronny James low key, because of course they're on LeBron.
Everyone did.
Nah, mainly ESPN. ESPN works with LeBron, but in a way they have a great relationship. But ESPN does not have the leverage right now to kind of, simmer down Stephen A. Smith, because he is their main personality. And, he sometimes he flexes his power at ESPN, but he has no problem shitting on Bronny James. Let's check it out.
Right now, Bronny James is averaging 0.3 points, 0.3 assists, and 0.4 rebounds. You know what people are saying. You know what they're going to do to this kid. In 13 games, he has played 44 minutes. He has scored 4 points. He is shooting 1 of 16 from the field, 0 for 7 from three-point range. How are you doing him favors? And I'm saying this with compassion. I'm asking the greatest player in the game, one of the top 2 players in the history of basketball, an ambassador for this game, the face of the league, a 4-time champion, a guy that's gone to 10 NBA finals, one of the greatest we have ever or will ever see, who is a basketball savant. You know what these numbers mean. You know what it's going to do to your son, to people who are missing out on opportunities, that are busting their tail on other NBA teams in the G League, in Europe, and everywhere else, what kind of opportunity they're starving for. You're exposing your son like this?
Right there shows you the dynamics that's playing out with the Lakers, because his numbers are horrible. But once again, JJ Redick gave him meaningful minutes because, of course, LeBron James had that power dynamic with the Lakers. Now with LeBron James not having the leverage over the Lakers and possibly on his way out, that's why I say, like, what's the future of this quote-unquote Bronny development? Like, this shit does not look good for him at all.
No. I wish him luck, obviously. He's young. He's only, 19, 20? You want him to figure it out. But, man, he better pray he can be a rotational player.
I think with a lot of major development, if they give him the grace, the amount of years, that's what he eventually will be. A rotational player. Yeah, he'll be a rotational, like a solid rotational player, probably like an off-ball defender or something like that. But
yeah, that'll be awesome.
Other than that, man, we're seeing how much leverage LeBron really had on the Lakers, man. Again, those stats that Stephen A. Smith just threw out, JJ Redick gave this dude meaningful minutes. 15 minutes against the 76ers with Tyrese Maxey just cooking him and Bronny James just having crazy turnovers, man. Horrible passes.
Look, right now, Bronny James is not an NBA-ready player, right? Mm-hmm. If you were the Lakers or if you were LeBron, LeBron has his narrative to push. Cool. Like, it's fun. It's cute. We love it, right? But, man,
yo,
you just gotta
fuck it. I'll say the Lakers standard needs to return. People forgot what it is to be a Laker. That
prestige needs to return.
It needs to return because right now it's no lie, LeBron is holding them hostage and it's making them look bad. You'll never see a Yankee just not even meet the standards of being an MLB player, but he gets to wear the pinstripes and start pitching and throw what 6-7 innings in a game. You'll never see that.
We'd be like, what the fuck are You'll never see like Jerry Jones's son being a quarterback of the Cowboys.
Yeah. But right now
You
with the
know?
Lakers, that's exactly what we're looking at. And I don't blame the Lakers for making this Luka
Yeah.
move. They got out of that fucking business. It's been nasty. The Lakers are the Lakers, and I know a lot of their legends. They're standing around there and they're judging the franchise. They're judging the franchise and the standard that has been set.
Yeah.
They're judging it. They're like, what is this circus? This beloved prestige, the New York Yankees of the NBA. That type of prestige.
Hyping up a second round pick.
It just doesn't make any sense.
No, it's not an ideal situation. It's a shit situation. You know, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I find myself not really caring about this whole LeBron and Bronny father-son duo on the court.
Nobody does. Nobody does.
Like,
ESPN
it's
is
cute
the one
for
that over promotes it.
It's cute for a game, and we saw the debut game. Honestly speaking, have you ever like said, "Yo, it's 9 p.m. I'm going to go sit at home and not go out or not hang out with my girlfriend or not talk to my family, whatever you like to do, not play Xbox or PlayStation. I'm going to watch a father and son duo play basketball."
No, it has no hype at all.
No.
It has no hype
It has
at
no
all.
hype at all, and there's no reason for you to care.
No, it's
Like-
just even the other night at Madison Square Garden, the fans were kind of trolling, put Bronny in because that's what New York does for all their games. Kind of like a player that's not performing, they just say, hey, put him in, in garbage time. The fans always cheer for that.